Today I spent 100 days in Project Castaway. The goal was for me to find a way off this island. I had to face multiple fears from different spiders and sharks around. My patience was tested while looking for materials to build the plane out of it. And let me tell you, that was the toughest thing I've done in a while. I also fell in love with the questline involving Claire and Logan, and I managed to 100% the game on top of everything else. ET dubs, if you do enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what game you'd want me to play next. Without further ado, I spent 100 days in Project Castaway, and here's what happened. As I was flying over some vast open waters and leaving a recorded message for those who came next, my plane began to malfunction. Completely stranded in the water, I was looking for the closest island nearby. There it is, the island. That is so far. Making sure that there was no sharks or other crazy things that were about to kill me. There it is, guys, the island. I've made it. Finally. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's fancy. Project Castaway. As any survival game started, you'd pick up a stick, mash a big rock into some stone, and craft up the first tool of the day. There's my axe. Oh, yeah. The majority of my start on the island was learning the basics to utilizing my inventory and journal the best way I could. The biggest threat on the island was tiny and it roared like a demonic spawn. Oh god, what is that? What is that? What is that? Is that a spider? Oh my god! A wolf spider? Oh, seriously? Already on my island? There was also no way this was staying in my backpack, so I needed a dirty little corner for the creepy crawlers. Moments later, I would come to find out that I spent most of the day spanking a crazed spider wolf with a pickaxe. As I was looking to the tallest parts of the island, I needed to make my way up the stairs to truly take in this view this place offered. That wasn't the craziest part, because the radio tower had me climbing to greater heights. The story I found on this first cassette tape told me how sorry Seamus was and the things he did to find the secrets. Also, Mordenpole was an evil corporation. The next day I was looking to find shelter. A palm tree would fit perfectly as I could use the palm fronds to create a little bed. Okay. Oh, what the fudge? What the fudge? Where? Oh, well, it's not safe. Oh, I see it. Son of a gun. Come on. Get it. There we go, got him. Okay. This was the most painful start to any game, and just from a scratch too. My health was being drained faster than I could have imagined. I was panicking while trying to figure out a cure or a way to stop the bleeding. The only thing I found out at the time was sleeping off the ailments was the only way to regen. With that whole fiasco over, I could finally get to work on my little or big hut. This would take a stone hammer to start me off, making sure I placed down the parts I wanted and getting very carried away as usual. With the foundations and all the green floors to walls, I was going to need a lot of materials. Between now and where I needed to be, the weather switched up from being a nice day out to the stormiest day possible. As I forgot to stock up on more rope for tools, this spinning wheel would be my last ticket to help. Making it to a new morning, it always helped to sleep. If not for sanity, then it was the energy. With all that said, the little hut of mine was finally coming together nicely. The logs were finished up and now I just needed the long sticks. This bush of mine would leave me the sweetest of treats. Wait, does this tree actually give me Oh! It also gives me bananas, not also these leaves, which I actually do love banana leaves, but bananas? Oh my god. Having the last few palms in hand, the big, beautiful, and hairy base was alive. It was alive! The tricky part was figuring out the roof here. I found a few corners that did their thing, and then some side panels that gave me the goosies on filling the holes. Sure, I was going to need more materials, but to have a shelter, a base, and all of the above, sign me up. What would easily become the scariest thing in-game was the rash. I was hoping as I continued Project Castaway there was new content, islands, or even more to explore. From what seemed like 6 to 8 months later, a freaking rash, man. Even this thing was trying to kill me. If I wasn't able to sleep the affections off, I'd be dead 10 times over. I was so ready to be done with this little home of mine. Kick back and enjoy some water if possible. I never expected there to be a sunken submarine though. All right, let's go in. I'm going in. I'll take that. Organic seasoning. Ooh, pirate flag. Hello. Radio tower manual. Oh, yes. Let's get out of here. Stick a fork in my hut. This thing was done now. It's done now. The first addition to the family was about to be a Wilson stand. No volleyball would be left behind on my watch. Next on my to craft list was light sources. These torches would be just the right fit for that. This will light up during the night. It'll be beautiful. I mean, that's already gorgeous, but man, oh man. Even with the night skies, the torches shined on through. I also found a weird glitch with my hands and rocks by the end of the night. Oh, where is the rock gone? Day 5 felt like the perfect day to get started on better upgrades. That came from this giant furnace and all the materials needed I had around the base. Bam! There we go. Okay, so from what I remember before is... nothing. I actually don't remember how to use that thing. Next was a little fire to cook what food I didn't have right now, and then I just cleared out more of the jungle. I figured it was better to have him be prepared than not at all. My plan was to look around the beach some more, finding different things to mine and some story-related markers. Between a hornet who played dirty and some bouncy tires I brought back to the hut, my inventory looked and felt a tad full. Also, don't mind that single crab going by on my screen. He'll be mine one day soon. My next little project were the water collectors. All but one thing left to do. Come here. Come here. Don't go in the water. Don't go in the water. Don't you dare go in the water. Yeah, I'm so sorry for this. So sorry for this. I know. Explodey. He gets exploded. Remember when I mentioned a rash? Something else would join me on that journey with the silliest of things. Who knew that eating the same food would be so boring? So in spite of that, I figured why not go mining, because that was surely a lot less boring, am I right? These veins of copper and tin had too much to carry, but also gave me a reason to finally use the furnace I set up. I tried all sorts of combinations, and the only thing I came up with wasn't exactly what I wanted. Round 2 for filling up the slots, and still, it was giving me the impure ingots. Apparently, if I wanted the right combination, take a little tin and copper, giving me the next upgrade to a wonderful start of better tools. As many bars as I did have, levels also existed in the game. For what purpose other than having certain items unlocked, I'm not sure. The next day I looked to finish up mining more granite. All the bronze I had wasn't usable at the moment, so this would be a close second. This would give me plenty of access to use for future times. Having all the excess materials inside this hut, storage was next on my list. I needed to clean up the place, and this was a perfect fit for such a thing. It didn't stop there. As I woke up to a new morning, I also found twice the size of storages. This one was called Huge Dropbox. Just huge. The size was amazing, would only fit outside as I didn't plan this far ahead. All that was left were metal sheets I found around the shoreline, giving me the ability to just toss in all the different rocks, metals, and anything else I needed. Today was all about the first raft of mine. It felt like it was time to start my journey towards the next island on the waters. I just needed to build a few more things for extra storage and a way to bring more materials back with me. This was a perfect start to a beautifully finished raft. It was always so special to see the day become something beautiful. The music playing in the background, the visuals giving me ever so slightly goosies, and just being in the presence of my hut. It would eventually come to an end as the night skies casted a shadow. Working my way back towards the radio tower, I found a new friend to join me in my travels. I got a Wally. Hold on. Or sorry, what? I said Wally again? Oh my god, Wilson. I did also have a little stand for said Wilson too. I still needed to find a way off this island, but more importantly, a way to get myself to safety. The radio tower had parts that needed fixing, and that meant a way out of here. It was at least a start, and that gave me something to work towards. With the sun warming up the sands, it was time to give my raft little nudges back into the water, and soon enough I'd be off in a new direction. Staring at a new island in its face, the safest thing to do whenever you arrived at the island was pushing the raft closer to the shoreline, just in case. You never know. What I did love was how buggy of a game this was because of the no shrubbery. I could see anything coming at me from a mile away, and it made building the tent that much easier. That plus a little bed underneath was the best combination. This was hands down my favorite part of the game. Sleeping. Besides the other thing, it was just so nice to sleep off most infections. My other favorite thing was pausing the game. Things get slowed down like this, like hey guys, how's it going? How's your day going? Is it going well? I love it. It's so good. It's so good. My greatest trick to bring all the materials back with me was building pre-existing stuff, which meant you placed down blueprints, you built enough just to the point where it was almost done, and that was it. Day 13, everything was filled to the brim and just in time too. I found some extra fibrous leaves, and then I found a new nasty corner for these creepy crawlers. With just a few more additions to the raft, the stormy waters would have its way with me once again, swaying back and forth just on the precipice of making me seasick. Yay. If there was something else I truly needed, it was more space or an even bigger hut. The place I had was rather small, and with all the different materials I was bringing in, more space was definitely needed. My OCD also kicked in, okay? The next couple of days in, I managed to finish up a bigger hut and the one I would use for storage. This place was as good as it was going to get because of how spacious it was. Today, the inside of this place would also be changed around completely. However, I did manage to kick off my raft once more and journey back to another island. Lots more materials were stocking up again. I even did the craziest of things by adding too many blueprints to my beds. From all the wonderful things this island had to the calmness the raft brought me while riding the waves, this was the last thing I ever expected to be in the game. Wait, is that a thing? Can you actually slide in this game? I never tried that before. Hold on. You can! What the fudge? Why is there a sliding mechanic? Look at this. Whee! Woo! I don't get it. As I began tidying everything up with either my little hut and the mess I made or the different weapon to tool racks I now had, this left me ready to explore to my heart's content. Cannot be disassembled. Wait, they can't? Oh, okay. As you could see here, it was a 50-50 if the game was bugged or not. Wait, what? When did everything grow in? This used to be bare. Oh, I liked it before. Why is there all the foliage now? What I really needed now were more metal sheets, but also different furniture because the radio tower still needed fixing. The stone hammer was perfect for the job as it broke down everything into smaller and more juicier things. My storage was about to be a happy camper because now I had a real use for it. Through all the cassette tapes I found, more clues was in the works, which gave me a whole list of things to finally escape my demise. My goal was set, and now I had the requirements for such a thing. This game also had weird treasure or unknown items that were placed all throughout the island. It also had more furniture for me to break down if I wanted to start repairing the plane. The newest island I was exploring I still wanted to look into. The place itself was filled with so many new things, and that started with blueprints. Oh, my first blueprint! They were both randomized in locations and the recipes they could give you. What I didn't expect to see was probably one of the newest things they actually added to the game. Oh, there's something big on the island, and it was walking fast. I wasn't sure what my next move here was, but I knew I had to play it safe. Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Oh, the scorpion! Why? I don't know if I can get up here. I also had the closest of calls while being out in the open. It was all or nothing this point in. I'm not smart either. Well, it's a lot stronger than I thought it was, and I'm gonna die. I think. Wait, do I have a bandage? I probably should have had bandages on me. Seeing that this wasn't going to work, I needed a new approach. That meant bow and arrows, and the arrows weren't so obvious at first. Although I did need feathers, that meant placing down traps to catch birds. They actually didn't need too much to build them, and that couldn't have been better. I made sure to build twice as many just so the birds would be mine. All you needed to know was my evil laugh had a purpose here, okay? And get ready. Explode. That bow and arrow I once spoke about allowed me to finally test this out. It definitely helped that the bushes were bugged out again too. He just loves that tree. Oh, where are you going? What? Headshot. That should have killed him, but it's okay. Ooh, tree shot. Oh! Okay. Continuing to search the rest of this island, finding all the secrets I could, from more creepy crawlers to different notes scattered about, my inventory started to look like a cemetery of just the most horrible things ever. Oh yeah, my other favorite thing was Mr. Wiggles. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. This was the story of Claire and Logan, two people who were strangers and both stuck in quite a predicament. They crash-landed with some kids, just a few survivors as they were terrified of what came next. Without even knowing it, Claire needed Logan. Even if they were strangers, Claire had 3 younger siblings and now they were all lost, stuck, and alone. Until later in the story, Logan realized what he had to be for the kids and more so for Claire. They became closer that night, the lot of them, shared dreams, hopes, and what the future meant for them. So much had happened in such a short time, and they made the best of the situation they were in. As the days went on, it turned into something scary, and soon enough something traumatic would happen. They would lose one of their own, and that would leave everyone scarred. The little girl's body was lifeless and gone. The 2 younger boys stuck in place and Claire in disbelief. Logan, with all the shock he took in, didn't know what to do other than find himself a random raft as he took to himself over the next few days on sea. Calming down and coming back to reality, he raced back towards the island he'd left the remaining 3. His heart racing as he just had to see them once more, to tell them how sorry he was for leaving, but it was too late. The 3 of them, the 2 boys, Claire, they couldn't take it anymore. The amount of pain from what happened, so one by one, Logan would find the first 2 boys and then Claire herself. All All he asked in his story was to be buried with the rest of them as he held on to the 3 items. This story in particular was always so sad and touching, and probably what made me come back to the game. If you need a moment, I completely understand, because that was a lot even for me to take in. Sadly, I did have all the items for this quest line, but they were either bugged or broken. I'm not sure. I had to just forget about it. This wasn't a problem per se, but trying to find the last few notes were always in random locations, and only one would exist at a time. So a place I checked 10 times over would have a note there until I found the newest of notes. So it was a bit of back and forth, but I would need to find myself that tent again. Being in the open so long and poisoned was a very bad combination, and sleeping was my only aid. All I planned on doing today was heading back towards my home island, looking to pick up the seagulls that were caught for later use and adding extra bandages to my backpack because dear God, I did not want to die. With another day spent in the beautiful sun, this was perfect timing to go and smelt down more material. The last bit of metal I needed was gold, and would you look at that, right outside my little hut. Mining level 8 as well? Okay. Man, I'm leveling up way too quickly. With all the little pieces I picked up, smelted down, and filled into the furnace, I was about to see the prettiest of bars when it came to bronze, silver, and gold. Day 35, I was so ready to collect the different tools I was waiting for. They helped lots as it took less swings or stamina to chop and cut things down. Looking to wait out the rest of the day, I wanted to make sure the ancient objects on the island were collected up and put away safely. It's also that time in the video, and if you made it this far, comment at KubaBen down below. Back out on the sea I was, and looking into another island in the distance. Things were about to get crazy. I had my bow and arrow at the ready while collecting the materials on the shore, ready to build myself a nice tent from all the rain. Next thing I knew, I'd be chased down by a wolf spider. You're welcome, everyone. That another spider? It is. Oh my God, there's so many wolf spiders. What I would soon learn was the real name of this island I was on. Spider Island. Yeah, about me trying to be safe here. Oh. Oh God, did it see me? It did. I gotta run. I gotta run to a rock, like right now. Everybody see where it went? Oh, it's by the base. That's not good. Don't go inside of it. Oh, come on. With this thing trying to walk away, I had to grow some balls and go for a shot. This leopard was not getting away from me. Oh, I got a kill. Oh my God. Who knew these things were in the game? Is that another spider? Hold on. God, so many spiders in the game. The second a new day spawned in, and this happened. Legit. Is that a spider again? Are you mother flipping kidding me? Oh my God. Things wouldn't stop anytime soon because I still had hornets looking for me, scorpions about to prick me, and even more spiders to deal with. If I get too wet, I'll just... What the fudge? What is that? What is that? A black widow? Oh, son of a gun. Now knowing I was in for a world of hurt, I just expected spiders to come running at me. Black widow! Oh my God. I'm gonna have a full inventory of gross things. Yay, looky, guys. As I was finding more blueprints, letters in bottles, and even more wolf spiders, this island wasn't asking a lot of me. I mean, look at the graveyard of creepy crawlers. It was hilarious being this far into the island. I just wanted blueprints, and instead I would get double teamed by 8-legged freaks. There's something. That. And a black widow. And a black widow. God. Poisoned again. Black widow and wolf spider literally jumped at my face. Oh my God. The one thing I did learn with all these spider encounters was being poisoned. I was okay to walk around if I was only bitten once. Anything more than that and I was a dead man walking. Most of what this island had were little notes expressing another side to the story in a journal. Some blueprints and a very dumb Rayofpandas in the wild. Hold on. Ow. National flags. I lost HP for that. Oh my God. That might actually get me killed. We'll see. Oh my God. If there was one friend that could make me feel better, it was having another Wilson along my side. Forever and always, babe. All I had to do now was make a run for it while being gunned down by more spiders. I was less than safe, and now I had to keep my butt underneath some shade for more protection. But given a sunburn, and that HP dropped faster than ever before. Day 40, I just wanted to finish up everything I could on this island. As one could imagine, I was over the spiders. Having a thought to myself while pushing the raft back into the sea, I felt like I may have left someone behind. I'm not hugely invested into the story until the game is completely... What the fuck was that? Until the game is completely finished. Just gonna go back home now. Oh, crap. Oh, that was Wilson that fell. Wilson's gonna be in the water now. Oh, I gotta build one of these on the raft for sure then. The biggest achievement for me was acquiring the seagull hatchet, a beautiful tool or weapon that had unlimited durability. Why, you ask? Who cares? I was excited. While bringing back all the materials I had into the holders, I found a different type of bug. How did this get pushed? You see this? Look at this. It pushed the stuff to the side of my raft. That is so weird. What I did want to show you was my new smokers, in which would take all this meat. The best part of the smokers themselves is the meat never expired or went bad. It was just a few days of wait time, but well worth it if you asked me. Now I wanted to test out my new and improved axe. A seagull hatchet for the win. Yeah, there's no, thing on it. There are 3 hits, so it's about the same as the gold. Exactly the same as the gold, actually. Besides more meat being added to the smokers today, I still wanted to see what the pirate ship was all about. There were so many better ways to do this, but I just went straight for the ship, swimming out to the spot and readying myself for sharks. There was planks in the way and too many sharks to manage, so I wasn't sure if I'd make it back or not. Yes. Okay. Go, get up. Okay, I gotta go back. Oh my god. Okay, so 5 shots. I can take a couple hits. I got laceration, so I got to bandage up quickly. The next couple of days, I ran back and forth as I tried to repair the parts to the radio tower. Obviously, I would need a lot more materials, but this was hopefully a start to the end of me being stranded. Day 43, my sites were on farming plots to make my life a whole lot easier. They would allow me to plant different type of herbs or foods I was looking for. They just needed water and fertilizer for the best harvest. I had one of those 2 things. If there was any island I remembered finding different plants on, it was Logan and Claire's island. The trickiest part was finding the cocoa. The red chilies were all over this place, and that made it easier for me. In all honesty, I had no idea what cocoa bushes even looked like. For now, I wanted to take a trip back home, looking to drop off and store away the plants I had. What I learned about my crops today was how they had a chance of being eaten by bugs. Sometimes they'd fully grow, and other times they would be turned into weeds. The peppers definitely gave me more than enough to fill up the plots though. All I needed now were cocoa leaves. This meant I needed to continue on the next island. Having all the proper materials brought into the raft, this made my life easier. I didn't expect this, but it took a full day's time to get to the next island. It definitely looked closer, but as I arrived to Lover's Peak, I figured I could save some materials that I had. The most this island offered up were a few letters in bottles and more story-related notes to go. The next morning, I was onto a new island, praying this is what I needed. Thankfully, I still had everything I needed to set up a little camp with. The biggest thing now was just warming myself up with a little fire. Easy peasy, that one was. The one thing you should never do is announce yourself in a dumb way. Hello, island. I'm here. What do you got for me? No tigers, please. Okay. This cute kitty didn't see me, and I was ready with my bow and arrow. Oh, there's a kitty. Oh, yeah. I knew it. There's always one kitty on the islands because why not? It's not fun without kitties. Whoa. It's going through the rock. Oh my god. I'm going to be honest. I was so scared every time it phased through. Are you kidding me? Continuing on the island as I did, this little rocky cliffside I climbed would show me the truth about myself. I couldn't believe what I saw. I've got a pretty ring. My arm is non-existent, as you can see. I made away with a bunch more materials from the island and found myself looking into the journal some more. I was closer than ever before with my journal and completing the side quests here. My trip back took me to Spider Island once more. I was determined to find the rest of the notes and those cocoa leaves. The quest on this island actually had me picking up quest items to take with me. That meant I was further along than I thought. I was so confused as to where I was supposed to go, so seeing a scorpion actually made me happy that I wasn't alone anymore. Now I just had to wait out the worst part of it as I tried to survive. With a new day, it was time to check out the middle portions of this island. This was my worst nightmare too, because I saw next to nothing when it came to the creepy crawlers. I was going insane as it was just non-stop searching every island I had available. Being able to start up some more farm plots, I planted everything I had on me, and then it was just waiting for another rainfall. Finally, all of my peppers and cocoa leaves were ready. This was a beautiful thing I cherished because it took me way too many days to find. What I was really hoping for were compost bins. What no one told me was most of the times they were actually broken as I filled them up. I literally tried everything from a spade, shovels, and even a coconut just to see if that would work. Having some good news today, my shark bait was ready and I was curious to see what that pirate ship had for me, hoping to take anything back, but also any more blueprints to find. What is in here? What is in here? Hello, booty man. What? Literally nothing? I made sure to fill my sanity and sleep when possible and filled my smokers with some yummy fish, taking care of the different pepper and cocoa leaves that grew out as well. The only island I had yet to visit was the Sharknado Island, and this one always messed with me because of the glitchy sharks. As I arrived to the shoreline, I found the perfect spot for a nice tent and bed to sleep in. Day 55, this made me scratch my head so much. The majority of blueprints I picked up made no sense. I already had the seasoning, the hornet spray was way too late in the game, and even this lavender spray made me question why I was even still playing this game. Where my focus now lied was the center of this island. It was filled with water and plenty of sharks, but the repellent came in so handy. Weirdly enough, there wasn't anything to be found, or at least nothing I could see at the time. I was still missing quite a few blueprints too, and I truly had no idea where to find them. Day 57, I had the last island in my sights, or islands, depending on how you looked at it. These were smaller ones bunched up together. A family of islands, if you will. Good thing I came here too, because spider repellent was definitely something I needed. I didn't really want to stay out here anymore, so it was back to my hut and the home island. Coming to, I found out I almost filled up my entire quest tracker and something else I didn't even know I had until I checked it out. Oh, I have all of them for the code. Finally, I'll do that first. Okay. The GPS box. Oh my god, if this gives me something and continues my game, great. But honestly, oh my god, there's a lot of stuff missing in this game. That's all I'm gonna say. There's quite a few things that are still missing, and it's been like 9 months since I last played. 9. Oh, a sticky mother flipping note. Oh wait, there's okay, GPS. Oh, gameplay, lore, name, tower. With the GPS in hand and quest items not showing up in the last area, I left most things behind, truly looking to gather all the smaller pieces that came from furniture or wrecked parts in the game. They were really important because of the parts that the radio tower needed. I picked up the last few things around me, and then it was back to Logan and Claire's island, just to triple check if I missed anything, or maybe I might have had to set quest items down here. The most I came across was a skeleton and some compass trackers for the GPS. To Danny, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I found something unbelievable, but it's too risky to explain here. I hid the decipher book, but I can't remember where. The island's secrets are beyond anything we imagined, and Morden Pole disturbed something ancient. Be careful, my friend. The truth is out there, but it's not without danger. This was it, ladies and gents, as I fixed up the radio tower. That only took forever. Ooh, the tower has been activated. Tower repaired. With the tower parts repaired, I only need to activate the tower with the key. Time to build a plane. Now that I've collected the repair manual, I should look around for blueprints I can construct parts for the plane. As a few more days passed me by, I made it my mission to find more parts with the stone hammer. The plane was the next thing to build, and as you could imagine, that would take even more materials. But that thing was being built one way or another. If you were wondering what the plane actually looked like, this was the chassis to start it off. From then on, I was able to fill it with all I had. It wasn't much, but progress was showing in how many parts were left. As I was jumping from multiple islands in my search, they would definitely give me more of what I needed. I was, however, worried because the plane still needed more blueprints as it wasn't fully built yet with all that was missing. My plan was to explore every single island, every inch of every island, any place I might have missed. When I did come across a blueprint, they didn't exactly give me the part plane I needed, and that left me wondering, would I actually be able to get off the island? For the time being, I made it my mission to head back home and then place the rest of those blueprints into the plane. I only needed one more thing to finish up the plane, and then it was just placing all the materials it asked for. I jumped back onto my raft and made sure to check every inch of every corner of every island again. Coming across another blueprint here too, this actually got my hopes up, but it was sadly for nothing. It's always one of those things, isn't it? Whenever you want something, you won't get it. But the second you stop looking for it, you'll find out where the blueprint is. All that I needed from this place was just the silver to bring back home. The only thing that left me confused now were field drums. On how to find them, where to craft them, who knew? I just know I needed the fuel. With the final push into building the last few parts of this plane, I got desperate. My biggest complaint for Project Castaway was there not being enough materials to find or build with, and things would actually get very tight near the end, no pun intended. Both of my huts were a complete disaster, and somehow I still didn't have enough items to build with. Needing the oil drums were next on my to find list. My plan was to target every single island that could potentially still have those breakables for me. I found quite a few things on the first island, which was Logan and Claire's. As a new day was here, I found the last bottle to completion. This is the last note. Soon enough, my entire journal would be filled, and this would become the toughest task ever. I checked Reddit to YouTube and just random Steam posts. So many people still had problems to this day with Project Castaway, and call me crazy, but that just drove me more into wanting to complete this game. The last thing I managed to do before bed was filling up the last bottle to my collection. I had plenty of items to destroy with the island I started on too. Oh, look at it. I finished the springs. Oh, and it's starting to build even more. I love it. Not having any more luck, it was time for another trip to the first island, grabbing all the essentials as I made room for the more important things. I wasn't throwing in the towel just yet, okay? Giving my plane the last few bits of materials I collected, the plane itself was almost done being built. Just 3 more slots of stuff to fill and that would be my ticket out of here. The only way I saw myself bringing the field drums back was having huge storage built onto my raft. The next best place to start looking was on Spider Island. This definitely had a few more things to destroy as well. As I was looking to plug in the rest of the materials I collected, the plane showed real progress, and that became my motivation. The next island I looked towards was Lover's Peak or Arch Island. And would you look at that? The luck started to play into my favor. Look at this. It's the first fuel drum. Holy crap. I didn't think I'd find one. Oh my god. Problem was, as I made my way back towards the home island, it felt like I wasn't going to make it. The best thing to do was give myself a pit stop in between to make sure I'd survive. The moment of truth now. Sharknado Island was next on my list. Coming up with a juicy lure on top of this pirate flag cliffside, I made sure to also double check the little pool of water in the center of the island. I'm gonna be honest, I definitely didn't expect to find this little guy here. It's another Wilson? Yo! I didn't know there was a Wilson here. I've been in the same place. Never found that before. The next island on my sights was the multi-or family island. Popping a quick shark repellent because I needed to go deeper. This island had a tall tree that grew from the sea floor. It also had a car I thought would give me parts, but would also have a certain treasure that I would completely miss. Moments later, this island would have the last piece of the puzzle, or at least one of them. Oh, the last field drum. Oh my god. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now I literally just have to focus on the power cells. I think it's the cooling units. What a beautiful thing this was. Just a few more pieces on either sides and I'd be out of here, or so I thought. It would take me a couple more days to find the items I needed. It started where the biggest plane crashed first, finding all sorts of electronical parts I missed. I even made my way back towards Spider Island in search of the little plane. This also had a few things I completely missed apparently too. The biggest kick in the jewels though was this moment right here. There were some big crates I found back at Lover's Peak or Arch Island. I did a bit of searching around, but it wasn't until what I found inside. From small and big boxes that were random when you open them up. Sometimes they'd give you a single item and other times they'd give you a full TV or AC unit. I had parts galore coming in now and obviously I had to run my butt back home. I've been at this game for like 65 hours-ish, maybe 70, closer to 70. This has to be it. I have 3 more cooling units. Oh, can I actually get in? Oh, plane seat. This is it, guys. Goodbye. I enjoyed you as much as I could. But here we go. Plane seat. I still have some things to do before I leave. What? Are you kidding me? What hurt me to my core was all the treasure I still needed. That meant, yup, you guessed it, more island hopping. The first quest I did want to finish up was Claire's and Logan's story. Finding the gravesite and praying this was all fixed now. They finally fixed the quest. Oh my god, are you kidding me? They literally finally fixed the quest. Like, how are you supposed to find this? This little tiny piece of thing that looks like it's just any other thing in the game. 1, 2, 3. No, maybe we drop the items in. So it's that one, and did I do it now? I did it! Oh my god, here we go. Rest in peace. It's been a tough day today. I think it's time to get some rest and come back tomorrow to pay my respects. Come back tomorrow. The quest said wait until tomorrow, so that's exactly what I did. Not sure what to expect here, but so relieved the game was working again. But ooh, what is this? Hello, unknown plant? Oh, supernatural flowers! Dude, they know my favorite show, Supernatural. What the fudge? Supernatural flowers? Okay. Dun 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 dun. I think I've done the quest. Holy crap. Logan Harper's quest. Beautiful looking flowers. I noticed some flowers appeared on Emma's grave. I didn't plant anything. Wonder if this is a sign from her to me to gather and plant the flowers on the remaining graves. Oh, that's so cute. Ah. I planted the flowers I gathered from Emma's grave on the other graves. Hope this helps lay them to rest. Hope it helps me deal with the grief. Rest in peace. We finished the quest! We officially finished the quest! The only quest I knew to work on was the treasure. Finding the first piece was this nice gold plate located in some water. This was back at Lover's Peak. Next, this was completely crazy, but I found a golden pot I needed from chopping down random trees. Not so random now, but hey, it worked. My next little escapade took me into Sharknado Island, scouring the lands and finding this spooky ring on some skeleton-looking statue. It was located in the center of the island, under some water. While having a little bit more time here, the last place I wanted to check was back inside the pirate ship. Still having that last shark repellent, it was time to jump back into the waters and look around that tall tree I checked before. Okay. Is it here still? It is! I got it! Guys, I got it! This has to be the last one, please. High temperature and I'm underwater. That's crazy. Yeah, look! I did it! All of them are completed. I have every single treasure. This truly hurt me because I wasn't sure what I was still missing. Everything was either completed or collected, except for the escape quest line. All I can say to you guys is make sure to double check all the parts you add to the plane. Somehow I missed the plane dashboard and I just wanted to cry, man. If you know, you know. Today, with it being day 100, I filled in the last few parts. I was going insane, running around my island like a crazed fool, I tell you. The only other place I thought to check were some crates. Not just any crates, though. Some I missed while back on the family of islands. Processing units. Microprocessor. Oh my god, I'm taking... Okay, anything else? This had to have been it, right? I had no idea, but with that last microprocessor in hand, I just wanted to get back to my raft and ride on home. I don't know how long it's been. Obviously 100 days, but god, it feels like it's been 20 hours for me. But with that said, I love you guys so much. I love your faces. Thank you so much for the constant support, even to this day. I really and truly appreciate it. I'll never stop, replying to your comments on YouTube everywhere I can and just trying to connect and engage with you guys some more. Thank you so much. You know what to do. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, you'll see soon. You'll see shortly. Fingers crossed, okay? Oh my god. Oh, okay. This has got to be it. It is. Look at it. Escape 100%. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. I could cry right now. Oh my god. You have no idea, man. This took so long. I'm not even kidding, guys. This took so long to do. Oh my god. And a lot of people were saying the ending was anticlimactic. And you know what? I don't even care. This is like a moment for me. Oh my god. We are out of here. We are friggin' out of here. Oh, Project Castaway. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I'll see you in my next video. This is Rayofpandas signing out. Bye, guys.